All right, everybody. Scott Pierce here at Listings to Leads. Welcome to the call today on how to market a listing, yours or borrowed, to generate both buyer and seller leads. Let me know where you're coming in from, and let me know if you've got your own listing, an open house coming up maybe this weekend, which would be absolutely awesome. You're going to borrow a listing to market. Let me know what's going on. Love to hear. Make sure that we can make this as specific as possible. Answer any questions that you've got. And going to be walking through a few things today that are somewhat new, really absolutely blowing up engagement on the Facebook ads. I'm going to walk you through that. Right now, I'm actually in another account, which I thought I would share something because sometimes you got a Facebook ad that's working really well. You want to keep it going. You can see here we got leads coming in. Down payment assistance, $5.35 each, an absolutely phenomenal engagement. And then we got a ad for a listing. This is a borrowed listing. Excuse me, coming in at $3.12. So absolutely amazing. Julia, good to see you from San Antonio. Awesome. Thank you for popping in here. Everybody else, I see people on the call. Let's go ahead and type in where you're coming in from, maybe who you're with. I love to see all the different brokers and companies that you're all with. While we're waiting for people to come on, Margarita, awesome. And how many of you have a lender partner? How many of you have got a good lender partner? Because, excuse me, oh my gosh. One of the things I'm going to show you is a way to run an ad where both you and the lender can get leads, and the lender can do a really great job of helping you get that lead in cycle. Because a lot of times when we generate leads, a lot of the problem is the lead. It's not that they can't go look at a home on Zillow or go to an open house or talk to an agent very easily. Most buyers get hung up on, can they afford it? All right. How much do I have to pay? What's involved? Right. A lot of Americans, it's not an American thing. It's just a person thing. A lot of people are financially, illiterate. It's not quite the right word, but they're just financially not as savvy as they might need, as maybe they should be, especially when it comes to getting a loan. All right. And that's why so many people get into trouble. So what I'm going to be sharing with you today is a phenomenal way. And Amanda, or who just said there with ERA Real Solutions. So Amanda, right? You got Jeremy Arabi up there. I'm sure you guys have a great in-house lender. This might be something that you think about doing. And, talking to that lender ahead of time, let them know what you're thinking. If you feel like this might be something you want to do. So absolutely awesome. Venice Beach is beautiful. I've been there many, many, many times. Absolutely awesome. Jefferson, Georgia, not familiar with that, but Tampa Bay, definitely love Tampa. North Carolina, yep, awesome. Where in North Carolina? I know North Carolina somewhat. Yeah, Litchfield Park, right near Phoenix, I believe. Mooresville, of course, definitely. Awesome. So first things first, because this is live. These ads are live right now. And so let's actually go to the ads page. And all I'm going to do right now is I just want to show you when you've got an ad going and you got really good leads coming in at a really good cost per lead, you can extend the ad. So let me show this to you. And we're going to do the ads. We're going to do the marketing for listings, all of that. But first here, so when I get an ad that's running, look at this. I've spent $47 essentially of the $50 budget. I'm looking right there at the bottom. And the ad's going to end tomorrow. And I don't want it to end because these are really good leads coming in. So I'm going to click the edit icon. So kind of in the upper, there's three icons. There's edit, archive, view, and edit. So I'm going to click on edit. I'm just going to add some money to it. And I'm going to add time. If I scroll down just a little bit under budget, right there is budget. I'll open this up. And I'm going to add 100. I'm going to extend this out a week to the 29th. So I went from a $50 total budget to a $100 total. So it's not $100 more, just $100 total. And then I extended the ending date from the 22nd, which was going to be tomorrow, out a week and just hit update. Don't need to do anything else. And we'll let that cycle through. I'm going to go do the next one. So if I go back to ads, and let me show you this ad real quickly here. If I click on view ad, and what I want to show you this ad for, and this is doing really great, is just to show you that you can do video. So this was initially a TikTok, Instagram short. All right. I'll play it. I don't know. I just want to show you that if you're into doing video, you can totally put your videos in the ads. All right, you can use images, you can use, an AI video if you want to. But I think, and she's doing really well with this ad as well, is because when you are in the video and people can hear you, it just makes the engagement better because then people start, I don't want to say identifying with you, but they almost feel like they know you, might be a little bit strong, but now they can put a face to the name when you're texting or calling. Does that make sense for everybody? So, the ad for the listing, I think that lends itself to just showing the home. I think that's phenomenal. But here we got a down payment assistance. And I think having a quick little video there can be really phenomenal. So let me go ahead and close that. And let's just extend. All right. Again, I'm going to click edit. Yep, Julie, we're going to be doing that today. My ads link is not working. Get with support as needed, or just watch what I'm doing and maybe you'll see where you're making an error. But so I clicked edit and then budget. So here we already had $100 and I'm going to do another 100. So 200. So it's 100 plus a new 100 for a total of 200 over the next. And then I'm going to extend the ad out again to the 29th and just hit update. And now I had 2 ads that were doing really well. I've added budget, I've added time to them, and that way they won't end. Facebook will keep showing it to whatever algorithmic audience they've got going on with it. Hopefully, expectedly, she'll continue on to receive really good leads at a good price. And you can see here, I'll just show you real quickly. Check this out. That was $1,000. Now we spent almost 800 of $1,000. And the reason I ended that one a little bit early is just because the cost per lead went from like the mid 6s and it started bumping up to the mid 7s. And I was like, you know what, it's run long enough. And it's literally the exact same video and the same text. All I did is I just ran it as a new ad and I'm coming in at $5.35 a lead. All right. And I'm going to show you one of the reasons why both of these ads are doing really well. And I just put a video in the mastermind group related to custom questions. All right. Where did you go to set that up? Julia, we're going to get to that next. And in fact, I am going to log in. I've got my other monitor up. So let me just log into my account on my other monitor. Give me 1 second here and I'm going to drag it over. And that way we will literally walk through doing this ad from scratch. If you need help getting a listing into your account, let our support team know. They will help you out. And when you log into your Listings to Leads account, you're going to see this pop up. Make sure to click that. We are getting people getting come list me calls. They are signing listing agreements at the door when they door knock with the expired marketing plan. All right. There are a lot of expireds in a lot of your markets, and these people want to relist. And when you walk in with the complete marketing plan to get the complete marketing plan, I'm reading it backwards in my camera, the complete marketing plan to get your expired home sold. All right. Again, this guy right here, he got a come list me call. He contacted 5 expireds, got a come list me call. Another client, she door knocked with this and she got the listing agreement signed at that first meeting. When does that ever happen? When have you ever heard? I mean, getting a come list me call is rare enough, especially when you only reach out to 5 people in like 2 or 3 days. So in a couple of days, 5 people were contacted, and he had 2 10-plus minute calls, and then one call that turned into a 2-hour and got a come list me call. I guess the people were thinking about relisting their home after the holidays, after they got this complete marketing plan that he delivered to them from Listing to Leads. He got the come list me call. Absolutely phenomenal. So when you log in, make sure you go ahead and click here. It'll take you to a post in the mastermind group. Just hands down, you're going to want to get involved, because we're going to be doing a 30-day challenge starting next week. And I want to see you get 2 to 5 listings before the end of the year. I want you to have the best Thanksgiving in a few years. I want you to have the best Christmas. I want you to have an amazing New Year's Eve and a strong pipeline coming into 2026 with a few listings already in the MLS. All right. So let's get to it. We got listings. This is great for your listing. This is great for a listing that you're borrowing. Maybe you're holding an open house, or you're just going to borrow a listing to market. All right. Get with our support team if you need help getting that listing into your account. Hopefully, if it's your listing, it's coming in from a data feed. If it's going to be a borrowed listing, check out the grab listing feature. If I just go add listing grab, put in the zip code, MLS ID number, that will pull that listing in. If for whatever reason it is not available, some MLSs are not available for this, but there's going to be an option to let our support team add that listing for you. So very, very easy to do, but I've got the listing in my account already, and I've got an open house. So I'm going to do an open house today. Now, what I'm walking you through is perfect for coming soon, just listed. Maybe it's an active listing or an open house. I like to try to get a new listing every single week. All right, every week, I want to have a new listing. Now, you may have a listing. I'm sure a lot of you have a listing, and the listing may be on market for 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks. One of the things I'm going to walk you through may be a big help to that. All right. But at the same time, I can't keep marketing the same listing over and over and over again. All right. Because after a while, it's just going to get stale. People have already seen it. We're going to kind of tap out. You may need to take a couple of weeks break on that listing and then come back to it. So keep that in mind. If we're still marketing the same listing week after week after week after week, we're just going to go stale. And the law of diminishing returns is going to rear its ugly head, and it's not going to be good for anybody. So Margarita says, it's not coming from my listing feed. Again, get with support if you need help with getting the listing in. As Neil says, that support is pretty fast. And oh, wow, 6 buyers. So Neil, check this out. Neil, you can do what I'm going to show you right now. So you can actually edit the ad that you've already got live if you decide that what I'm going to show you right now is something that you want to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click the green market listing button. This is the overview. We'll come back to this a little bit later, but there is a step-by-step guide, and this is phenomenal. This is me walking you through all the great things and how to do it as if we were sitting next to each other. It's more, more people to people kind of a thing. It's not a support post. It's just a me talking to you post via text. And Neil, are we good on the video? Neil says it's paused. That just might be, sometimes it freezes. So let me know if we're good to go. Perfect. Okay, good. And Facebook and Instagram ad. So to Julia, here we go. Julia, pay attention. I'm going to do this ad twice. I'm going to do one just completely normal. It'll take me under 30 seconds. I was on a call with the big office this morning, and 3 of the trainers were on the call with us, and they were just like, there is no easier way to do Facebook ads than Listings to Leads. So check this out. Everything is here. This is the entire work area. We have brought the Facebook Ads Manager in Listings to Leads. We've optimized everything. The biggest problem most people have is they overthink it. All right. They overthink it. We've already done all the hard work for you. It's going to autofill location. I recommend leaving that alone, especially in the beginning when you're new to Facebook ads. You can start going after New York and Chicago. I know everybody in Venice Beach wants to start marketing to Chicago. Don't do that in the beginning. In the beginning, just leave it for the location. Do not change the radius. Leave lifetime as it is. The only thing you should really do is bump the budget. $10 a day minimum is really the good sweet spot. $50, right? $50 for 1 week is kind of what I would say the minimum should be. That $35, that's just the bare minimum. All right. $5 a day is barely enough for Facebook really to get going with it. Neil, what was your budget? Monica, I think so. Yeah, I think you'll have to go into the ads manager to change your credit card for the ads account. But again, get with support if you need to. They can help you out with that. No problem. So the only thing I've done is I just bumped up my budget a little bit. All of this is editable. The template's editable. We have 21 different templates. I can change the images, the color. I can upload a custom image. I can upload a video. There's tons of things you can do. 9 times out of 10, people just leave all of this alone and click create ad. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. All right. Don't get cute. Don't start adding locations, because what's going to happen when you add locations, it's really going to spread that budget too thin on a per person basis. So if you think about it, if I'm spending, if you're in Venice, just as an example, you're in Venice, you're running a $50 ad, and let's just say, I'm making numbers up, I understand this. Let's say there's 500,000 people that are going to see that ad where you spent $50. If I start throwing in Chicago, well, hell, that's another 10 million people. My $50 is going to run out of gas before anybody sees that ad barely. Does that make sense? So that's why I say do not add locations in the beginning. When you're getting comfortable, when you're new to doing Facebook ads, when you are inconsistent, you're not running ads on a regular basis, just keep it with the standard location. Means didn't mention location, have the map. Yeah. I'm not sure what you mean by that, but if you just listen to what I say and do what I say, it'll be a good start. All right. So this is going to be a Facebook lead ad. Let's just take a quick peek at what that's going to look like as a total default. And then we're going to do the ad one more time, and I'm going to do a few edits. I'm going to click show ad. This is a link you can share with your homeowner if you want to. So here's the ad live. All right. People are going to click the ad. What is your time frame to buy? 3 to 6 months. See if you qualify for zero down or down payment assistance. So that's a custom question. This is the question I'm going to show you how to add. Why do I have this question in there? Because like I said earlier, most people are, if they're not, and again, financially illiterate, I got to get a better word for it, just financially not as savvy as maybe they should be. So if this is appropriate, zero down, most lenders can do zero down. All right. Most lenders can do zero down, and down payment assistance. All right. Might be and I know where we live in California, there is no income limit. So you could make $300,000 a year and still qualify for down payment assistance up to $45,000. Absolutely amazing. The only, so again, if it's a high-end home, maybe it's a luxury home. All right. There's no first-time home buyers coming in at, $1,500,000. So you wouldn't want to use this question, but we have a few others I'm going to show you. But if you've got a home, like for example, dude, you're doing new construction, down payment assistance, a home that is kind of, mid-level or appropriate for a zero down or down payment assistance loan, this question right here is phenomenal. And I would share these leads with my lender, because now my lender is going to get excited. And I would love to be able to have my lender also following up with these leads, right? Making sure they're going to give them back to me. And I'm going to still follow up with them. But a lot of times that lender can actually go a lot further than you in getting these people engaged. Because again, everyone knows they can go to an open house and look at listings. They can go to Zillow, look at listings. There's a lot of places they can go. But when it comes to actually being comfortable in making an offer because they don't have their finances in order, or they don't know if their credit score is good enough to be able to have a lender step in there and help you qualify these leads and then let you know, all right, hey, you know what? Definitely set them up for a property search, but they're still getting all their paperwork in order and they may not be completely ready to actually buy a home yet. That's a benefit to you because you're not going to be wasting your time. All right, you're not wasting your time on somebody that can't even make an offer. All right, so let that lender work with them. Let that lender get them in order, working with you as a team. And I think you'll find that a lot of these leads, you'll do a lot better with them. Scott, how would you call out incentives, for example? Yeah, dude. All right, so in ad number 2, we're going to do that. All right, in ad number 2, we're going to do that. Let me turn this off. So let's go back to the overview. So you click on the green market listing button, Facebook and Instagram ads. Now let's walk through a few of the things that you might want to consider. And Jamel, great question. So Jamel said here, and Neil, that's what I'm going to be showing you. So this version of the ad, I'm going to show you a few different things. All right. 1, in the ad copy itself, I can click right here. And in the ad that we saw in Yi's account, where we had that listing that I extended, I added another $50 and another week to the ad. You may or may not have seen, but in the ad itself, it said, see, you may qualify for 0 down. Now, this is where, so Jamel, to your point, so you could just right here, flip that to say 50,000 flex cash incentive available for qualified buyers. Jamel, does that make sense? And if you want, send me that question, Scott, SCOTT at listingstoleads.com. I think, Jamel, you got my email, dude. Just, if you want, we can add that question as a custom question in the lead form, which I'm going to show you in a minute, so that they answer that if they would like more info on it. So just send that question to me. We'll look to add it into the custom questions that I'm going to show you in a minute. All right, so the first idea is you can edit the text as appropriate. Because again, we want to help the home buyers understand that there is financial help available if it's an appropriate home. Now, again, if this is a $2 million home, I'm probably not going to put that in there. But if it is, kind of in an average price point or maybe a little bit lower, then for sure I'm going to. Or if it's just a home I know that could. And if you're not sure, talk to your lender, talk to your broker and find out like, hey, is this listing I'm going to be marketing this week or my listing, could that qualify for down payment assistance if a home buyer came in, that qualified for it? Could they buy this home? And if the answer is yes, add that in there. All right. Because people want to save money, especially in this market. Even if they make good money, they're still looking out for their money. They still want to know, could I qualify for this kind of a thing? And maybe they're a repeat buyer and they don't, but you're still going to use that to get the conversation going. All right. So one was editing the text to being a little bit more applicable, a little bit more engaging. Don't add a bunch of text in here. Nobody wants to read War and Peace in your Facebook ad typically. All right. So number 1 was editing the text. Number 2, editing the image. And then number 3, I'm going to show you how to edit those questions. So number 2, editing this image. There are 4 images in this template. The template has an image on top and 3 on the bottom. I've got 2 options right here. Change template or change image video. First, I'll click change template. And there's 21 different templates along the bottom, right below, 21 different templates. I like the top one is my favorite. This one I think works the best. Now here, sometimes the listing will come in and it will have 4 images of the front of the house, or just 4 images that are not the best 4. What I like to do in my add image, show the front of the house like you see here, the kitchen, the living room, and whatever other great feature of the property there is. I don't want to do carousel. I don't want to do property videos. I want to show one image, all right, one template with 4 images in it so that people can get a really quick view of that property and click through. If I got to start going through carousels or watch like a long property video, you're going to lose me for the most part. Or if you're showing me 4 images of the front of the house, I've seen ads like that do fine. But let me just show you, to change these images or the text, there's an edit icon right here on the top left. And then every image I can just click and change it. So once I click edit, now I can use a different image. If I want to just kind of just select it and hit enter or insert, right? You can see here all of these. And this way I just make sure I got the best 4 images in my template. Do we track, what's the word I want? Informally, yes. And this template does the best by far, hands down. And again, it's because people can look at it and they can see the front of the house. And that's always key, right? The front of the house, people want to see good curb appeal. And then the 3 images down here, like I said, what I'm showing you right here, when I look at the stats, when I look at the ads, which is usually either every day or every other day, it is ads with this template that do the best. And if I want to change the text in here, there's a little edit right there. And then the last thing for this template, sometimes, like for example, if you're with Coldwell Banker or Sotheby's and you've got blue or, whatever, it doesn't matter. Whatever your brand color is, maybe blue or black, it might be sometimes different shades of like gold. I've seen this with before, where it kind of blends into the Facebook background a little bit, because Facebook is blue and white. And so if our ad has blue, it can blend in a little bit. So I like to do this red. And if you want to change this, you can do that in the profile, but I can also do it at the ad level. And sometimes it depends on the color of the images. Right? Sometimes red will look hideous, but then sometimes it really is nice and it pops out. So I love, right? I got this kind of a blue sky. I got a green lawn, right? Kind of a light, like a medium gray, white home. And then so that red just really, really pops. And notice I added here, 0 down and down payment options available. So I could have gone to Jamel's point. I could have said 50,000. I'm going to probably lose flex cash options, and always make sure you're proper with how you're framing things. Don't take what I'm putting and run with it. If you ever have any questions about how to phrase things, talk to your broker, make sure you're good to go and that you're framing it or phrasing it, right, writing it properly so that you're not breaking any laws or anything like that. All right. But you see, so Jamel, you see how I've now got it in the text of the ad. I've got it in the banner, in the image right there. And if I just hit apply, I'm good to go. And if I've got a custom image, maybe I've got Canva and I got a custom image, or I want to use a video right here, change image video. And then I can just find another image, upload an image, upload a video, and use that as well. All right. So we talked about 2 of the 3 things I want to cover here: changing the text and why, changing the image, all right, editing the image and why. And now let's take a look at those custom questions, because here's the deal. Those custom questions can help a lot with the follow-up. even if you're not using the one that I'm telling you, if you click advanced options, don't get scared. And then that green button, create new form. All right. So, got the ad image, and check this out. What is your time frame to buy? Would you like my free ultimate guide to buying a home? So these are the default questions for agents. But I want to change that. I mean, that's cool. That's good. But form questions. So just open up. Let me show you that again. Form questions. That's what we want to change. Because again, think about it, and this may help you with this. The questions that are being asked, and you know this with you, when you're talking to somebody, the questions that you ask them help lead that conversation to the next logical point. And that's what we're doing here. We want to ask a great question because it's going to make, when we follow up, a lot easier if we've got the right question. So I'm going to open up questions. And so name, email, and phone number, leave that alone. And you can see here, name, email, phone number. So that's actually, it's kind of weird how Facebook, I don't know why Facebook does it this way. It's just from Facebook. So it says number 2. That's actually the second part of the lead form. You don't need to worry about that, but I'm just letting you know. What you're looking for is, what is your time frame to buy? Would you like my free ultimate guide to buying a home? I'm going to turn that one off. I like, what is your time frame to buy? And I got, have you been pre-approved? So that could be good for anything. That could be good for a luxury home. That could be good for anything. All right. Have you been pre-approved? This one creates a little bit more FOMO. All right. It's just better if it's appropriate. Don't do things that are not correct, right? If it's not, if this home wouldn't apply or whatever it is in your area, this isn't working, then don't do it. But in my area, this would be absolutely awesome. I believe most lenders that I know have 0 down programs, right? Or at least down payment assistance. Would you like a list of price reduced homes for sale? That could be a good one. I would probably, if you're marketing a listing, let's say you don't have a lender partner, you don't have any lenders, asking this question is not going to help you, because if they say, yes, they would like information, you don't really have anyone to send them to for whatever reason, offer a list of price reduced homes for sale. Now, I wouldn't do that one for my listing because I don't think the seller is going to be that thrilled unless we've already reduced the price of their home. Then maybe it would be. But these bottom 3 questions in particular are phenomenal because they are going to get the lead, the person, on the ad wanting more information. The lead that says yes to the list of price reduced homes, they're going to want to get that list. So your follow-up is going to be awesome because you're going to follow up with, I understand you like a list of price reduced homes for sale. Phenomenal. What area are you looking for, right? This listing is in Folsom. Would you like the list of Folsom price reduced homes for sale, or would you like some other areas as well? I would always start with one question. Don't start asking, a million different things out of the gate because you're going to scare them off. All I want to ask is, if you're using this question, what area are you looking for that you like that list of price reduced homes for sale? And I'll get that to you as quickly as possible. Something like that. If they respond, for example, they may say, Folsom and Grass Valley and maybe Placerville areas is kind of what we're looking for. And that could be on a phone call. That could be an email. That could be a text message. Then I would go back and I might say, great. What price range? And is there anything in particular that you would like to have in a home? Maybe a pool, single story. Is the school districts important to you? Right? What is important to you? But don't start asking those other questions until you get the first question answered. Alternatively, if you're doing this one and they say yes or no, I would still have my lender follow up with them. So these 2 here are going to be where maybe you're a broker and you got an in-house lender that you want to have touch all these leads. You're a lender yourself, obviously, or you're an agent with a good lender partner. Because then here again, the pre-approved, even if they say yes, the lender could follow up and just say, hey, I just want to make sure that I understand that you are pre-approved, but I want to make sure that you are pre-approved within a budget so that when you buy a home, you don't become house poor or have unexpected things come up. Make sense? That's something that is very, very key for a good lender. And then lastly here, I'm going to select that one. See if you qualify for zero, because that one gets people responding to the follow-up, right? When you call them up, right? Again, I'd refer to, hey, this is Scott, and you inquired on my home in Folsom there, and you're asking about zero down or down payment assistance. I would love to get that information to you. It's going to help open up that conversation and increase engagement completely. All right. And then once you get your question, just turn off advanced options and hit create ad. So again, I can edit the text, I can edit the image, and I can edit my questions. And as you're doing this, I want you to be thinking, there's an ad that people are going to engage with. Then there's follow-up that's going to happen. How do we bridge the gap between the ad and the follow-up? And that's where those two questions come into play. Last thing I'm going to mention, then we're going to get to some other things here. So we have more things to cover, is for time frame to buy, don't stress on the just dreaming. If somebody says they're just dreaming, all that means is they don't know. They don't know the process of home buying. They don't know the process for being pre-qualified. They're probably not pre-qualified. All right. So in their mind, they are just dreaming. But I can tell you, Yi and other people I know, they talk to these leads all the time. They're renting. Just people all the time I hear, they're renting. They got a good job. Their rent is going up 5% every month. They know their rent is going to increase again next year, another 5%. They're tired of paying that increase, and they just want to get in a home. It's, maybe it's a husband and wife, and they both got a stable job, right? Between the two of them, they make, $130,000 a year, or, just whatever. All right. But they're tired of renting and they want to buy a home, or they own a home and it doesn't have a pool, and we really want to have a pool. All right. How does the AI follow-up handle the custom question? It's not going to handle the custom questions. It's got other things that it's going on with. So you don't need, and always, even with the AI follow-up, you're still going to follow up with the lead. So the beautiful thing about the AI text follow-up is it will contact the lead immediately. And then that way you can still be doing what you're doing during the day. I know with Yi, what she does is every day from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m., she's following up with her leads. And the AI text is doing the follow-up before then. And then when she calls the lead up, if they were part of the AI text, she'll just refer and say, you're talking to my AI assistant, Alex, and I just wanted to follow up and continue on the conversation. All right. Monica, just when I say turn off advanced options, I just mean close it out so it's not sitting there. You don't need to go through advanced options just because we've got everything dialed in for you. It's just those three things I want to share: the text of the ad, the image, all right, and then the question. So and if you've got any other ideas for great questions, email them to me, put them in the mastermind group, let me know, because we actually got more questions we're going to be adding to it. So if you log in maybe in a couple of days, you likely will see actually more questions available. So don't be surprised. And if you've got some ideas, send them our way and we'll look at adding them. All right, next up, social media post. All right, now typically this will auto post automatically. You can click post now, schedule. If you need to connect more, I can click here and edit the image. So if I want to, for example, I want that image. And again, we got 21 different templates. I can upload a custom template or a custom image, whatever I want. And again, just click post now or schedule. It will look something like this. Now, I've got a training on Instagram and TikTok, YouTube Shorts that I'm going to show you a little bit later. So stay tuned for that here in this call today. But here's my post on my Facebook page. and people click, they go to the single property website. And this is where people, when they click through the ads, they go here as well. So you can use video. There's my open house coming up in 5 days. I've got a 3D tour, my professional photos. So I got a client review video. I got a community video. So if any of you are into doing video, get into the mastermind group and I'll help you out as far as getting how to get those videos in there. Next up, share on seller social media. These two tools right here are some of the most underrated tools that we've got. People that use them, I mean, you can get listings from this, you can get buyers from it. It's going to put a post on the seller's page along with an email, an e-flyer that the seller can share. This is for listing agents only. So this is not something that if it's not your listing, the seller's not going to share it. So if you're the listing agent, what you're going to do, click the green button right here. It may say add seller info. Drop in their email, the salutation, and click send. That's going to send an email to the seller. It's going to CC you. So you're going to know exactly when the seller got it. I'm also going to click e-flyer for seller. Same thing. Click the green button. This will autofill. I'm just going to click send. And then here's what you're going to do. Both the post, all right, so the seller's going to get an email. It's going to look hot. It looks so good. I mean, it looks just like this. And the seller just kind of copies and pastes it to their Facebook page. And I'm going to give you a role play here, a little script to use. And their friends are going to comment. Their friends are going to like it. You're going to comment. You're going to get notified every time a friend makes a comment. And some of these comments are going to be appropriate for you to engage with. And we have had people, like I said, they get listings from this. They get buyers from this. The email, people click in the email, again, right to the single property website where we've got all the great lead capture, right? They're probably not going to schedule a tour because they know the person that owns the home. They may have been there before, but they can download a PDF guide. They can get a home value. They can, like I said, they can download a guide. They can access your 100-point home marketing plan. There's a lot of great stuff right there. So here's the deal. After you are CC'd on these two tools, you're going to get, like I said, you're going to get an email with the post. You're going to see exactly what it looks like and how good it looks. You're going to get copied on the e-flyer. You're going to see look how amazing that looks, right? First 5 photos. So whatever the first 5 photos are under edit photos will be here. So it's got your signature at the bottom from Listings to Leads. What you're going to do, you're going to call the seller up and you're going to say, hey, Jamel, Scott here. Just want to let you know that we got your property on market. It's on Zillow. It's on Trulia. I just got a Facebook ad. It should be live here very soon. We're going to get some really great leads for your home. Doing some other social media things. We're going to be doing some things with our database and do the farm here in a little bit. But I sent you 2 emails. One is something to share on Facebook. All you have to do is just copy it and put it on your Facebook page. And then the other one is an email that you can share with people. Just send it to everybody that you know, because in this market, you likely know people who know people that would love to buy a home in this area. And in this market, we do not want to leave any stones unturned. The sellers love this, okay? We have had clients tell us their sellers actually ask for something to share. So don't sit there and think, oh, this is so weird and my seller wouldn't know. Most sellers absolutely love it. And when you frame it the way I just shared with you, it makes you look like a marketing rock star. The seller is going to want to share it and you are going to get more leads. One little pro tip. When the seller puts the post on their Facebook page, I want you to go like the post and leave a quick little comment. Leave a comment just as easy as that looks great. Why? Because now when their friends and other people start commenting, you are going to get a notification. You're going to see in Facebook, a little notification is going to pop up It's going to let you know, hey, Jamel, so-and-so just commented on that post that you commented on, right? This on the seller's Facebook page. And sometimes these questions are like, oh, wow, great looking photos. Or are you going to have an open house? Or how's the market now? I thought the market was no good. Or, what is the price of it? Or, there's a lot of questions that can get asked where it is absolutely appropriate for you to chime in, comment underneath it. Maybe you want to add them as a friend. Maybe you want to invite them to your Facebook group, see how the conversation goes. But people get buyers from this. They get sellers from it. They get listings from it. So get these two tools to the seller. If you have any questions, let me know. Yeah. Anything like that for sure. Definitely get with our support. Let them know. Worst case, you could always just send them because you're going to be CC'd, Monica. So, I think worst case, what I would do before I contact support, because why didn't the seller get it? But you're going to be CC'd. So you could always forward the version you got. All right. It's essentially the same thing. The only difference is the version you get will have your name on top, and it will just let you know, hey, your seller, Lauren and Ian, just got this email. Make sure to call them up. That's the only difference. I think it's totally appropriate that you could just forward your version to the seller. All right. But yeah, for something like that, for sure, get with our support and see if they can help you as needed. All right. We're good. We got a lot of time. Next up is the nearby homeowner letter. This is something I'm going to click download. If it's an open house, this is great. I mean, you can door knock, you can mail it. I just downloaded it. So here's what the letter looks like. It's completely editable. And if you want to get more listings, door knock or mail this. And if you're going to door knock, what I would do is I would print my listing presentation. Now, this is the expired one, but we got the standard one. I'll show you. I would print up a couple of these. You could go to Staples. You could go to FedEx, Kinko's. You could print it up at home. Right. We have gone over the training on how to print these. And I'll show you a little bit later in this call today where that's at in your account. And I would door knock. I would take 50 to 100 of these. I would take, 2 to 3 copies of my listing presentation. And as I'm door knocking, here's your beautiful little script. And make sure you door knock at a time when you think most people will be home. So that could be, now it's getting dark early. So if you're going to try to do 100 homes, you might have to do it in 2 different days, or maybe you do a Saturday mid-morning. But what you do is you got the letter, and maybe I got a couple of copies of my listing presentation, and I knock on the door. I take a couple of steps back, so I'm not crowding the door. I'm not making them feel a little bit like, who is this weirdo? So I'm going to look professional. I'm going to take a couple of steps back, and when they come to the door, pretend I'm holding the letter. I'm going to extend my arm out, and I'm going to say something to the effect of, we're having an open house, or 15 Ambient Way around the corner just listed for sale. My name is Scott Pierce, and I just wanted to make sure that you knew about this. I wanted to give you a personal invite to check out the Single Property website and get all the information about this property. If it's an open house, you could say, I want to personally invite you to the open house, but you get the idea. You want to personally invite them to get more information. And as a neighbor, you are providing a courtesy to them, letting them know that this home is now for sale. They may not have known it was for sale, or they may have seen the sign and they may wonder what it listed for. You're gonna have some crazy conversations. I'm just telling you, I've done door knocking with agents. You're gonna have some crazy conversations. And I don't mean crazy bad. I mean just interesting conversations with people. You can get great follow-up, right? You're going to be talking to some people and they're going to say like, hey, I don't really want to sit here and talk right now, but give me a call next week. I would take a couple of copies of my listing presentation, and maybe just one. You could do just one, but the idea is if you do start talking and they're, yeah, we might be selling our house next year or whatever, you could show them this. All right. Again, this is the one for expired. I'm going to show you where the one is for the standard listing presentation version of this, but you could show them this and say, hey, you know what? let me, I've only got one copy with me today, and I've already I've already given out a couple to other interested people in the area, but I would love to drop off a copy of this to you next week. When is a good time to stop by and give that to you? Right. But if you don't have it, then you can't show it. And what are we trying to do? We're trying to create conversations. But again, you can mail this. A lot of times people will mail it. If you're going to mail it, let me just show you. And normally I bring this up, and I apologize. There are 3 companies I recommend: Mailbox Power, Thanks.io, and Zaire Mail. All right. These are 3 companies I recommend. Why? Because there are 2 things that you've got to do if you're going to mail it. It's got to look like it's a personal letter. So it's got to have a handwritten font, and it's got to have a first-class stamp. So we do not want to send out these letters looking like a water bill. In Zaire Mail, the reason why I show Zaire Mail is you don't need a monthly subscription. If you've got Mailbox Power, I would use Mailbox Power. If you've got Thanks.io, I would use Thanks.io. And if you don't have either one of them, I would use this one right here. And with all 3, make sure that you select a handwritten font. Zaire Mail's got like 10 different options, and the first class stamp. I don't know. Yeah, do they work for Canada? I don't know. Yeah, I'm sorry. Great question. Maybe get into the mastermind group and ask that for Canada. What would be a good option? I would love to know. That's something I should know. So yeah, but I'm sure at their website they would let you know. Just real briefly, these letters are editable. I would try to use them 2 to 3 times over the course of the listing. Maybe, coming soon or just listed, and then pending or just sold, and then open house. Open house is phenomenal because it's an invitation to the open house. We do have postcards and door hangers. They're essentially the same thing as the letters. Check this out. We got EDDM, Mega, Mega 2, Mega 3. I don't know, Mega, Jumbo, Standard. We got door hangers. I like door hangers too. I like door hangers because, again, I can door knock and then I can slap it on the door, and it looks great. The door hanger, the postcards, they follow the similar format as the letter, where we give the QR code, the text code, the URL. They're clean, they're hot, your colors, your branding, your logo, your picture, right? Everything is all about you, but it's going to help, again, just create more conversations, right? Here's a postcard front. Here's the postcard back. You can download JPEG. You can print and mail through Listings to Leads. You can download it and print it through your whatever. Again, Mailbox Power. I can mail it through Thanks.io. I can mail it through Zaire. Knock it out. But between the letter and the postcard, I would get those out. Now, real quickly, if you are borrowing an open house, I would door knock with that letter. Oh my gosh, door knock with that letter if you've got an open house. And especially if you're, well, not especially, but if you're borrowing an open house, man, I would print up 100 copies, and I would either, like if it's a Sunday open house, maybe Saturday mid-morning, like, between like 10:30, 11 and 1, I would door knock these homes. Just make sure you don't door knock during a football game. All right. All right. Anyway, circle prospecting script. If you got the phone numbers, here's a script. Absolutely phenomenal. All right. E-flyer for your database. So good. So this e-flyer right here, the reason this e-flyer is good is it's on point. This is like your listing of the week. All right. Listing of the week. People, I'm going to show you how to send it through Listings to Leads and another program. Automatically goes to the property website. Way better than your IDX. Oh my gosh. Way better than your IDX, especially if you got like a video or a 3D tour. Because then check this out. When this home is sold, it will affect your home's value. People click there, and this is all automated. You could have literally been one of the people signing up this morning. You just go through the Get Started wizard. This is all here. It's all set up. There's nothing you need to do. And then it's got your listings to lead signature at the bottom. And you can send it out 2 ways. Send it out through listings to leads by clicking send now. All right. Select a list. I can send to my buyer leads, my seller leads, other leads, all leads, click send. And if I want to send it through my own CRM, let me show you. And I see a couple of questions. Yeah, Zaire Mailbox Power, thanks.io. So thanks.io. Yep. My MLS, yeah, Tina, then I get with our support team on that one. But if I want to send this through Follow Up Boss or Bold or Sierra or Lofty, the easiest way is just click in here and just copy it. Command A, Command C. Go to your CRM, all right, where you're going to create an email blast. We used to have a follow-up account, but then we, Follow Up Boss is going to be like, what are they doing with all your information? So yeah, my wife got mad and she canceled Follow Up Boss. Although I think it's still active, but yeah, anyways. So in your CRM, again, Bold, Sierra, Constant Contact, just copy the email and Command V, right? Just look at that. Absolutely beautiful. This could be any editor, right? So whatever CRM or email provider you use, I have a client that uses GetResponse, Active Prospect, right? Any program that you can send an email out. It's just that easy. And then I always like to send a test email first and then send it. To get all these items, these are in your account right now. I mean, if you've got an account with listings to leads, all of these are in there. And we got flyers next and the yard sign. And then I'm going to show you, oh my gosh, you want to make sure your yard sign, and this is something I've been teaching for years. Your yard sign should have, there's a couple of things every good yard sign should have for maximum seller and buyer lead generation. And this is going to be one of them. I'll get back to that in a minute. We do have a database call script. Don't be shy. Don't ignore your database, right? It's almost rude not to call through your database. So it could be a cold lead. It could just be somebody you haven't talked to in a while, right? This could be just listed. It could be coming soon. It could be pending. It could be open house. And all you're doing is you're just calling them up to say, hey, Tina, hey, Tina, Scott here at XYZ Realty, and just want to let you know we're having an open house at 15 Ambient Way on Sunday from 1 to 4. And I just wanted to call and invite you. All right. I'm not sure if I'm sure you're not really looking for a home right now necessarily, but just with the way the market is, I'm just calling a few people to personally invite them if they'd like to come by. I'll be there from 1 to 4 p.m. It's going to be catered. Should be a good time. If you're in the area, would love to say hi to you. Right. So I know they're probably not looking to buy or sell right now, and if I got cold leads, I would call some of my cold leads up with this invitation. So again, it's all about being inviting, right? Being of value, and just letting people know, hey, if you got hot leads and warm leads for this area, or you have people on a search for this area, then I might call through some of those people as well. So again, it's just about connecting with people. All right. Short form video script. Pull out your camera, record the video. You could be in your car. You could be at the house. You could be in the house, in front of the house. You could green screen it with a picture of the home behind you, but record the video. Absolutely free, super easy. And there's really just 3 parts to it. Now, what you can do, and if you click how to use a teleprompter app, I actually show you how to use a teleprompter app The whole video is actually really good. But from here, it starts off with the teleprompter app and how to use that. But there's only 3 parts to the script. The introduction. Hi, this is Scott at XYZ Realty. We're having an open. I'm sorry. You never start off saying, oh, sometimes I do that. And I'm like, don't. You start off with, hey, everybody, we're having an open house in Folsom on Sunday from 1 to 4, or 15 Ambient Way just listed for sale in Folsom, California, in the Whitney Oaks area, right? Whatever it is. All right. So that's kind of the quick intro. And you can get all the photos, details, and more by clicking the link below, by DM or comment below, by texting 1006 to 25678. All right. Give them away. Tell them what they're going to get and how to get it. So that's the second part of it. There's actually 4 parts, I guess. So intro, what they get and how to get it, right? They want to get photos. They want to get details of the property. Third, a little bit about the property. It's a beautiful corner lot with an updated kitchen and a park-like backyard, walking to the schools and some shopping areas, and about 1.5 miles from the freeway. So for anybody working in Sacramento or Auburn, it's easy access. And if you love skiing, you're going to love this area. So people out of area can put it in a little bit more context maybe. And then the fourth part is, when this home is sold, it's going to affect nearby home values. They will change. So I want to invite you to get your new home value now. You can go to every one of you has a custom domain. It's completely editable. And this domain is going to go to that website. And so what I say is, just go to california.freehomevalues.net or DM or comment below to get your updated home value now. That easy. I think you're going to like what you see, and then just sign off. So get that video done. All right. It's free. It's going to help you get better. Every video that you do is going to help you get better for the next one. I'll come back to the single property website just real quickly here. Listing flyers. A lot of great listing flyers. And they got 3 components to them: QR code, text code, and a URL. They've got beautiful pictures. They're going to be the first 5 pictures of the property. That's great. Your colors, your branding, your logo, your picture, your name, property address. All right. Beautiful. 1.5 million. Open house. That'll say the status, active, for sale, just listed, coming soon. A lot of different templates. And we got some templates that are a little bit weird. I don't say weird, but right, all sorts of templates. All your and these are just my colors. So if you're with Century 21, they're gonna be like gold and black. If you're with Remax, red and blue. If you're with EXP, blue and black. If you got custom colors and you set those in your profile, these will be your custom colors. So here's the deal. I want these flyers. Obviously, if you got showings and all that, great. An absolute phenomenal use case for this is putting the flyers on the yard sign along with the text writer and the status writer. So we got coming soon, you got open house, you've got for sale, you've got just listed. And if you do coming soon, get coming soon. I've got it here somewhere. The reason I do this is because I want the neighbors in particular and all the people that maybe they saw it on Zillow when they do a quick drive-by, or they're walking the dog, or they're rucking, right? Whatever it is that they're doing, and they're going by the property. I want them to see the status, or especially the neighbors, because they're going to see it more often. And every time I change that rider on top, it's going to trip their head off and go, oh, something changed. And then I'm going to use the flyers for that same status. And especially when it's an open house, pending, when it's sold, you may or may not be able to do it because the yard sign will typically come down. But that's why I'm such a massive proponent of pending listings, because pending is so phenomenal for generating seller leads. But I want to get a flyer box and I want to put flyers on that yard sign. So they could either send a text or they can grab a flyer, all right, and then scan the QR code, bring up the property website, go to the URL, send a text code off the flyer, whatever it is. But the flyers, the sign writers, the status writers, I think all of that works so beautifully together. We did a survey a while back. Over 50% of the people using this can attribute getting leads, or listings and buyers from it. I think it's actually higher than that, but not everybody can attribute where that lead came from, maybe a few months or a year later. So, but the cool thing is the text codes stay with your account. So when you have a new listing, you just move this around, right? You just move it around to the next listing. All right. Any questions on how to market a listing? The one thing I mentioned earlier, and it's 12:06. I'll try to be done in 4 minutes. I apologize for going late. There's two things I've not talked about yet, and I'll take questions if you've got them. One, I mentioned Instagram Reels or Instagram Stories, Reels, TikTok, YouTube Shorts. For that, go to the step-by-step guide under the overview, right? So there's overview. Here's the guide, right? We got a checklist here. But if I click learn more, everything I just walked through is right here. And as I mentioned before, this is a great page to look at because it just summarizes, as if we were sitting next to each other, how to make sure that you're doing all of these tools the best. So this is phenomenal. And right here, right almost near the top, Instagram, Facebook Stories, TikToks, YouTube Shorts. Here's the kicker, with links and polls. Click here to see examples of Instagram Stories in a highlight called Open Houses. Now, if your listing is pending, that will show you pending. If your listing is just listed, that will show you just listed. So this top line will show you based on the status. Click here for Instagram, all right, training. See the 5-day Instagram TikTok campaign there. So let me just show you each one of these real quickly. And you'll get the idea. So whatever your status is, this could be a video clip. This could be an image. This could be you. This could just be, I'll show you a few examples here, but check this out. Right on my phone, on Instagram, all right, on TikTok, see that link, view photos. It's got that little link. And if I tap it on my phone, I go right to the property website. Now we got a few other really cool things here. And then I have a poll, and I'll show you where to get these polls from. You do whatever poll you want. Yeah, the ads will go to Instagram as well. Yep. Open house, get the guide, 6 things to check before buying a home. So we are using Instagram Story, which are absolutely free. This is free to do. Doesn't cost any money for an Instagram story. Get the guide, 6 things to check. So this is from Listings to Leads. It's under PDF guides, and they can download that guide. Is this kitchen your vibe? And I'll show you where you can go. Here's a little video clip. So, Instagram stories can be videos, they can be images, right? A link, free ultimate guide to buying a home, a different poll. And I've got a breakout for, I think, every day of the week or for 5 days, right? 5 days. See the 5-day Instagram campaign. Click here. And if you scroll down, 5 stories in 5 days, I give you what the image or video should be. So day 1, do the front of the house. That would have been yesterday. Today is Tuesday. Start today if you haven't started yet. Again, video clip, image, your listing, the listing that you've borrowed for the week from somebody else. So here's what I recommend. Here's your poll question. Here's the suggested link. And here's where to find that link in your account. Day 2, we're going to do the kitchen. Here's your poll question. Here's the link that we recommend. And here's where to find that link in your Listings to Leads account. You get the idea. Day 3 will be the living room or main living area. Day 4, primary bedroom. And obviously every listing is different. So we want to do as appropriate for our listing, right? Day 5, backyard or outdoor area. And every day has a poll. Every day has a link. For the poll, whether you use ours verbatim or you just kind of reword it to be appropriate for your area and your particular property, go ahead and do that. But at least here, we're giving you some great ideas to launch from. And then lastly, there's a couple of videos here on how to do all of this. So how to do it on Instagram, how to do it on TikTok. Once you've done it a few times, it's pretty easy. But it's great, 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 great visibility, absolutely free. And do leave the flyers by the sign. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so I'll show you something here. Let me show you. And then I'm going to show you the listing presentation. So if I go to SignWriter, I think. Oh, no. I'm sorry. Under the step-by-step guide. So under the overview, step-by-step guide right here, click Learn More. And if you scroll down, because the yard sign and the text stuff is down on that list. So it's going to be down on this list as well. This is in the same order. So this is what you want your yard sign to look like. All right. Writer or status writer, text 2. And then you want, and I believe it says on here somewhere, you want the flyer, typically your association will have the acrylic flyer boxes. You pay $10, maybe, whatever it costs, $10, $15 one time, because you're going to rotate it through different listings, and then 100% leave the flyers in it. Now, when you have an open house, if you do have an open house, take the flyers out so people don't just go grab a flyer and leave. They have to come in. And then lastly, I know budgets are pretty thin, but see where I see link to SignWriter Lite mentioned above? This can be phenomenal, right? It's the time of year where it gets dark quick. And then, at least in the US, daylight savings is going to end in a couple of weeks. And I want to make sure that my yard sign isn't dark, all right, 3/4 of the day. I want to make sure I've got a light on it. And that way they're going to see the status. They're going to see the text information. They're going to see the flyers on there. So and it's going to, I'll tell you, it's going to make all of those neighbors look at me as a much better marketer than all of these other yard signs in the area where, again, they're doing a little ruck walk in the morning before work. They're walking the dog. They're doing their couples walk, or there's whatever. They're just walking and driving around. Maybe they're doing a little run, and they see your yard sign just listed, text for more information, and they see another yard sign on another block, like old and raggedy, got the agent's 10-digit phone number only, right? There's nothing else there. It just does not look as good. And with that light, it's a little bit of cherry on the top. So if you got the light, that even looks better, right? Because again, before work and after work in about 2 weeks from now, it's going to be pitch dark. And so, your yard sign can either stand out or it's going to just kind of fall back. All right, last thing for the day, and I apologize for going late, but thanks for everybody for sticking around, is that listing presentation. So if you've got first, there's a standard one that is in your account right here, listing presentation. A lot of great ways to market it, but listing presentation print. All right, so listing presentation and then print. And then if I click download, I can actually select if I want to pull in a listing, like the photos and everything to show off, I can. Otherwise, you can use our default if you don't have any listings. And if I click download here, and if you got an open house, I would make sure to print this up for my open house. And so this is of my listing So I can select which. So if I get a listing with really great photos, or again, if I have an open house where I use this, I might want to take that version of it. But this is the account level. And this is something that either I would print it at home, print it at my office, send it to Staples, send it to FedEx Kinko's. And if I'm going to have an open house, I would have it at the open house. If I'm going to go door knocking, I would take at least one copy with me door knocking. And it's going to make you look like a rock star. Obviously, if you got a listing presentation, you can use this version, or you can click the green add listing button, go to manual, and then I can add a listing presentation status where I add the seller's name, email, phone number, the property address, one photo of the property, click create, and it's going to create a same as what we just saw, but now check this out. It's going to have the seller's right here, listing presentation right there. If I click the property address, any kind of, you got a question, go to support, go to the mastermind group. Don't wander around lost in here. Just ask for help. It's super easy. You got the PDF download like I just showed you. You got a flip book, and right here, every image in here is of that seller's home. That's Ian Klaczynski, however you say his name, all right? Prepared for Ian Klaczynski at 1200 Riley Street, Folsom, California. And every image in here is of his home. Typically, you're only going to have one image, so it would just be a one image template here, not what I've got. But every image is of his home. My coloring, my brand colors, my logo, my picture. People are winning their listing presentations. They're defending their commissions. They're answering the question of, what are you going to do to market my home? If you're in competition with another agent, you're going to blow it out of the water. And then this page right here, when a homeowner scans that QR code and that single property website comes up, you're going to win that listing. It's going to be awesome. All right. So we do full on training on this. Check our webinar schedule at leadgenwebinars.com for the next one, where we review this in a lot more depth and detail. All right. Yes, I will. This video will be posted in the mastermind group, so make sure you're in the mastermind group. It's also on our YouTube channel. If you're not in our mastermind group yet, go to the marketing calendar. Right there, marketing calendar, and you will see under resources, mastermind group. Excuse me, up top. Goodness gracious. Mastermind group. All right. Again, it's also on our YouTube channel. So you can go to our YouTube, click live, and then you can see all the lives that we do. Any questions? 12:18. I apologize for going so long. My bad. Let me see back here to get all these items. Yeah, perfect. So I answered that already. All right. Everybody good to go? And last, like I said, get to that expired challenge. Get into the mastermind group. And you're going to see, typically, it's kind of near the top right here, custom questions. So we reviewed that a little bit earlier. Convert expireds. All right. Right here, you can order your preview copy today. And then right here kind of walks you through getting this set up. And that way you can get 20 or 30 of these. Again, John here, this guy right here, he reached out to 5 expired homeowners, got a come list me call. Another client, door knocked and expired, got the listing signed. If you want to get listings fast, get this in your hands as quickly as possible. In fact, I'm just going to drop it right into the chat right now, because I just cannot stress this enough. You want this right now, because if you order the setup today, It'll probably get sent to print tomorrow. What I'm going to do is you'll order it. We will set up an expired listing in your account. Don't delete it. Somebody did not re-add it. So we're going to set an expired listing in your account. We're going to download the PDF. We're going to do a little bit of customization to it. We're going to send you a couple of screenshots to make sure it looks good. Then we're going to send it to print, mail you a review copy. You can take a look. Everyone, oh my gosh, everyone comes back and they're just like, it looks phenomenal. It looks great. It looks beautiful. It looks amazing. The feedback on these, when people get them in their hand, they're excited about it. And then once you look at it, if it looks good, right here, you can start ordering 10, 20, or 30 copies at a time. We're going to be offering this for a few other things as well soon, but I'm telling you right now, this is it. And then as you get these expired, you can start marketing them for more buyers and more sellers. It's a beautiful thing. And it's really something that is, and if you're in Canada, we do canceled. So we had a client from Canada order this. And I know in Canada, you can't do expired. So for the Canadians, we do the complete marketing plan to get your canceled home sold. So we got you covered for this in Canada. So all of you in Canada, when you order this, just let us know that you are in Canada, and we'll make sure to use that word canceled instead of expired. Yep. Awesome. All right, Julia, that's great. Excellent. You may want to get into the mastermind group and leave a quick comment on that. But yeah, we check the orders like every couple of hours. We're getting new orders coming in. So we check the orders, we get them to our team, we get them built. I'm going to be the one emailing you for a quick review. If you're good to go, you can order. We'll send you a hard copy to make sure we're good. And then if that's good, then you can start ordering. We send everything 2-day air. All right. No, there's not. No, there's not a generic version. What you do for a quote unquote generic version is on the listings page, similar to the listing presentation. Check this out. Add listing manual, status. So you're in Canada, canceled, right? Canceled. And then just add do 123 Main Street, Brampton, Ontario, right? Postal code, whatever it is right there. Save and add photos. On the next page, add, what I would do is here's what I do. For the general ones, I use AI photos, but we'll take a photo. Now, if you've got a recently sold listing that looks great, then we would actually take that from your account. So if you've got a recently sold listing, use that photo. If not, what we'll do is we'll take another listing image for the area, like a nice image. Then we'll run it through ChatGPT, clean it up, make it look a little bit different. But what we want to have is either an image of a recently sold home by you, or we'll use ChatGPT to create a photorealistic image. And that's what this is. That's from ChatGPT. This is from ChatGPT. And they are both from an image of an actual home. But we'll say change the color. And this one I said, add a palm tree to the front. So because this is in Florida. Right. Change the roof line a little bit, change the landscaping. So that way we don't want a homeowner looking at this and going, hey, that's my home. We don't want that. All right. My brokerage is good to go. Julia, what do you mean by my brokerage is good to go? Awesome. Yeah, Julie, who are you with? What broker are you with? Are you with the company that I was speaking with this morning, I wonder? Over, I think, Wisconsin. Yeah, I think they were out of Wisconsin. So, anyways. All right. Give it a few more seconds here. Let me drop in the link for listings to leads, just in case. Oh, let's see. There we go. There you go. Just in case anybody needs it. Okay. Any last minute questions before we all run off? Neil, if you're still around, thanks for joining us. All right. Everybody else, thank you for joining us. Appreciate your time. I know everyone's got a million things going on, but I'm telling you, we are all so damn slammed right now because so many people are ordering these things. But it's good. It's good. All right. Thank you, everybody. Talk to you soon. Have a wonderful day. And yeah, get to the mastermind group. Let support know if you need help. We'll talk to you soon.